and ponzu. I really like ponzu sauce. So we've got soy sauce, ponzu, chili flake, lemon juice, and I don't think I brought ponzu sauce, and I did run out of this sauce. So I'm going to be putting an alternative, which had anyone ever seen this for yogurt? Trader Joe's, you got creamy cashew yogurt alternative. Since I ran out of that delicious sauce that the front row got, that's what you get for sitting in the front row. Good job. We're going to do a different sauce. Yeah, that sauce is really good. That also, all of these recipes are in the book. You can make a sauce from scratch so easy. And anyone in here that likes to make sauces, what would you generally thicken your sauce with? Go ahead, anyone. Cornstarch, very nice. Thank you very much. Yes, and does anyone happen to know an alternative for cornstarch that is apparently really even more nutritional? Go ahead and call it out if you know. Yes, I heard it over there. A couple of you ladies. Arrowroot. It's excellent. And what you want to do, I brought a bag of it. It's on this table with all these things. I'll show you in a minute, and I'll start pulling some products out. This is nice. It's just made out of cashew. And a lot of the stuff that I make, I just prefer to blend up, as you'll see with the smoothies, just with cashews for sauces and thickening. You can just make things so easy by putting cashews in a blender with hot water. If any of you, how many like to drink oat milk, almond milk, or any kind of nut milk? Can I see a show of hands? Right on. Now, of those who raised their hands, how many of you have tried to make it on your own at home? Beautiful, very nice. And can you tell me, anyone, go ahead and say it out. What do you think of that, those of you that have made it at home? Way better, right? And how easy is it to go over to Trader Joe's and pick up a bag? I also am real excited. I love Grocery Outlet. Organic aisle, super good prices. You don't have to pay an arm and a leg at Whole Foods or Sprouts. So Whole Foods and Sprouts will regularly have consistent products that you know you can find. But you can throw some almonds. You can blanch them if you want. If you don't know what that means, you're just removing the skins. You can soak them overnight in hot water, and the skins will just slip right off. But I like the skin. It's got fiber. I just toss it in the blender with hot water and whirl it up, and then you can always strain it out, right? Really great to use walnuts and cashews. So that's what's in our taco nut rolls. I make vegan tacos, and I basically chop up an onion, some garlic, saute that, throw in some cumin, and then chop a bunch of nuts. And my lady here, you can do peanuts. I love cashews and pecans, so that's what I used in ours today because they're just a softer nut. But almonds work too. Pistachios, anything really works. A few more. Yes. Okay. Huh. Well, I haven't. No, I don't know. What part is plastic? It does get very hot, so it's probably it's a good point because, plastics with cooking and whatnot, I mean, unless it's like a high-grade silicone, that's fairly safe for cooking. I don't know about that. Good question. This one's definitely metal, but there's plastic on the outside. And you can see they turned out nice. They're done. Good thing we checked. So these will be taco. I'm pretty sure these are all taco. Anyways, they're ready to go, Ruben, whenever you want to And then these are the last of the spring rolls, traditional. I'm sorry that I don't have enough flavors for everybody, but we have enough spring rolls, but not enough of the flavors to get around. So, perfect, perfect. Yeah, in the back, yeah, like the people, yes, I don't know. We'll get to you, I promise. So if you see the center like this, the sweet potato, that's the traditional spring roll. I use sweet potato because it makes it nice and sweet. I just kind of made it up, you know, and there's recipes on the back of the container of the wraps. They suggest apple pie. Yeah, you could make pizza rolls. So I'll roll a few in a minute just so you can see how it's done as well. Would you do me a favor? Thank you. Could you set all these cups around there for me? Thank you so much. So these are the traditional, perfect. And go ahead. Well, you know, for just making for yourself, let's say you wanted to have 6 spring rolls, and you know, if you're going to make for other people, let's say, thank you. You may as well make enough for a few other people. So, if I make a batch and I even leave the mixture in the fridge, I use. Oh yes, please. Thank you very much. I use. I would say it's a lot of chopping, a lot of, you know, I love being in the kitchen, so if you don't like being in the kitchen, it's tricky, but if you're willing to shop the produce aisle first, see what you can make from it, come home and play in the kitchen, it's amazing what you can do and how good it can taste. Food does not have to be yucky or boring. It's quite amazing. Thank you so much, you're sweet. So all of that, her question was, how long would it take from start to finish? And I'm a pretty avid chopper. I love my butcher knife and move fast in the kitchen with it. So if, you know, get good at chopping and using your kitchen knives, because that's what good cooking is really all about, is just getting in there and making things from scratch. Really, thank you so much. I'd say probably 20 minutes total, yeah. Great question. Tofu is a great thing to use. A lot of people are familiar with using tofu, so I've decided to demonstrate other things so that we can branch out from that. I don't tend to use tofu a lot in my cooking. We can overdo anything. I tend to just try to extract everything that I can from the garden. So we've got a nice little vegetable and herb garden, and it makes it really easy. You can just throw in. I'm also going to throw in some potatoes, and everyone can at least get what we call freedom French fries. I'm going to throw these in the air fryer. All I'm going to add here, we've got another row of spring rolls ready when you are, Ruben. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Perfect. And then, let's see. Excuse me. I have to go get something. Just a moment. I need more. Thank you. You're wonderful. Thank you. Yeah. Tag team. You know, and any athletes that like to eat a lot might think, oh, but I need my hearty stuff. This is hearty. And air fryer is probably one of the best saving graces as a chef. It's for me when Ruben asked me if I would prepare recipes sans oil. Mais je pense en français. Maintenant, je pense c'est pas possible. I don't know how I'm going to do this. It's not possible. And it's tricky, but the air fryer really saves us because we can put things in there and do a lot of roasting. If you don't have an air fryer, consider popping your oven up to 400, and you can roast just about anything. You can exactly. I see some nodding heads. I know those of you that like to cook, I see you. If we're out, then we're out. It's okay. I'll come up with another. I have another sauce I can put in there. Thank you. We don't want to skimp on it, so here, let's. One of the sauces with the sweet sauce is lemon juice and honey and arrowroot, garlic, onion, and the peel, the lemon peel. Thank you. So this is the mixture you can see up on the screen. This is your everything, cabbage, sweet potato. It's been marinating for 2 days. It gets better with time. It's also really good fresh right away, but it's super delicious. That fresh chopped ginger and the turmeric, sweet potato, cabbage, mushroom, all of that just kind of infuses. So far, our thoughts, people like it? Yeah, we're getting serious. Okay, delicious, wonderful. Okay, so with these babies, oh, I wish I brought rosemary, fresh rosemary from the garden. I did not, I forgot, I usually put in rosemary. Let's just do some parsley, and we're gonna end up putting this in our smoothie anyways, so we'll have some parsley, basil, and the potatoes. And all we're gonna do is thank you. There's actually a lot of flavor in the stem, believe it or not. But we don't need this much even. But we might go a little extra just for fun, you guys. And really, it's more about the flavor it yields to the potatoes.
So you were saying you add the stem, you just chop it up?
Yeah, I will often use the stem for more flavor, but this is going so fast in the fryer that it's just gonna be kind of crunchy in there, and we don't need that so much. We just want it more for the flavor. But I do like putting the stems in things that, like the spring roll mixture, because you want that crunch. So if you want something to have a crunch in it, I don't want that crunch in these potatoes. I just want it to flavor them. Does that make sense? Like in the pico de gallo, that cilantro, I did use the stems quite a bit in there because that's texture that you do want for it. A little salt, a little Himalayan salt, and just a dash of cayenne. Did anyone think that the traditional spring roll was spicy? A tiny bit? Was it a little too spicy, or were you okay? You know it was good? Good. So normally you would toss this with some olive oil, right? Roast it in the oven. We're going to put it in the air fryer, and you're going to be amazed at what happens. It's just water. Yeah, they're rinsed potatoes. Okay, so just straight on in there. I do have a parchment. I think I will hang on to that, actually, so we don't lose too many herbs. I might have to make a second batch. There we go.
These potatoes, when I smell them,
It's a great breakfast to have. You know, a lot of these things that, traditionally we might have cereal or eggs for breakfast, but once you try this smoothie too, you do not need, is that it? Oh yeah, that's it. Well, we still have stuffing. So so you can see how it's done. Let's finish off the spring rolls, then we still have time. We have plenty of time. I want to make these smoothies for you. I can't wait. In the air fryer?
Air fryer, and what temperature?
Good question.
Formula for all that?
That's a good question. I just play around with it, but I generally, anything I'm roasting, I usually am somewhere but around 375 to 400. So a good rule of thumb is make your favorite thing, put one in, try it. It goes really fast. These potatoes are only in there for 8 minutes right now. They may need a few more, maybe 10, because there's so many in there. But think about how long that would take in the oven. It's so much faster. And that these little baby potatoes, they retain the moisture. So you'll see, they're crispy on the outside and moist inside. So we're flipping back and forth talking about stuff. It's a great question that Ted asked. Yes.
All day, or you just cook? Like, I don't like too much cook every day. I like cook like Sunday for hobby.
Great question. Okay, she asked, do I cook every day? I am definitely not in the mood to cook every single day. And the things that I make are really fun to turn into other things. They turn into leftovers really well. And that's the beauty of not eating meat is you can have, this feels really thick. Is this one? Yeah, it's one. So we're just going to roll it up like a diaper, put it in the corner. Sounds funny, but you can all see. And then flip over the sides. And then just roll it up like your little package. I got a little water here that just helps it hold. Right? So you just stick it on like that, and there we are. Voila. So this is the traditional one. And then I have this. I'll use the pico de gallo as a little sauce. I'm out of the other sauces. I do apologize. Any other question? Did that answer your question? Yeah, like this pico de gallo, for example, I grew up going to church potlucks, and I'd love making a big chicken enchilada casserole or a lasagna. I got a great lasagna that's in the cookbook, and it's the easiest lasagna I have ever had or made. It's almost tastier than any other lasagna I've had. I can't believe it. It's shocking. I wanted to make that for you today, but I think what we're going to do is have to wait for another time when we have it in an actual kitchen. More news on that later. But that'll be fun. It's definitely in the book. I can give you a little sneak preview idea. You can get the noodles that you don't have to cook, and you can make your own sauce or use a sauce, up to you. I talk about my marinara recipes in the book. Throw your sauce down, throw the noodles down, and then just get your favorite veggies. You got an onion, you get garlic, a bunch of mushrooms, some tomatoes, zucchini, whatever you want. Chop it up, put it all in a bowl, mix it up with some salt and pepper, put it over there, then layer the noodle and the sauce, and then put it in the oven. It's that easy. And it really turns out, I use 2 jars of sauce because I don't want it to get dry. The vegetables, you're not pre-cooking anything. You're not having to saute anything. There's no oil. It's so easy, and it's really, really good. And that lasts for days, so you've got leftovers for days. With leftovers, those of you that are experienced cooks, some of the ladies in here that have been cooking a long time, gentlemen too, but I see your nods about some of the things I'm talking about. And you know how you can take your leftovers from the week feeding your family and turn it into the best soup they ever had that you'll never be able to make again? So that's really fun. With this kind of cooking, it's super easy to do. It's great when someone asks you for the recipe. That's right. Yes. Oh, yes, in that case, it is a little tricky. Yes. What do you say when somebody asks you and you've made it from the soup leftover? What do you say? The Lord was in this one. I'm glad you like it, but I have no idea how to repeat it. Just keep cooking the way you do, and it'll all come together. Okay, so how many, raise your hand if you still haven't gotten spring rolls, please. Oh, everybody got them in the audience. Okay, just the sound guys, the camera guys, they deserve. Okay, well, these are for them. And we got a few extras just in case anyone is a little dishonest. Now's your chance, raise your hand and you get another one. It's, and I didn't mean to be rude earlier. I respect what anyone comes up with, that they are, they know their body, they know what they need and what they can do. And so, yes, a good point that she brings up, thank you, my lady, that when you're cooking for people and they want they want to be gluten-free, there's options now. I think it's nice at the store. There's so many great flours besides wheat, and it's good for us to experiment with that. Almond flour makes the best baking. The banana bread and the cookies in my book, I talk about that. Almond flour retains moisture, and so it can be tricky, but it is possible to stay away from traditional white flour, and eventually, if they're willing to try organic, less processed kind of flours, more sprouted grain and whole grain. Mm. Mm-hmm. Yes. Wonderful awareness. Thank you for bringing that up. What is your name? Victoria. Victoria brings up a beautiful point. Yes, a lot of the other countries, I think that they did narrow down and they've started to abolish Monsanto glyphosates in the wheat fields. Greed does weird things to us, but when we eradicate and we let go of greed, lust, fear, anger, and we just do things out of love and honor, the respect flows forward, okay? So the kernel was doubling or tripling in size in the last month of growth when they sprayed the Roundup on it, and it was going right into our flour and our food, and people were getting sick. So my mother and I, she does a lot of research and reading, and as do I, and we determined that choosing quality flours is really what it's about. I recommend Whole Foods. They have a whole aisle of excellent flours. Any unusual flours that anyone has found useful, like there's rice flour, almond, you can use masa flour, anything. Oat flour, another great flour, yes. Yes? Chickpea, I love it. Yes, so like garbanzo beans, right? They look good. Let's test it out here. Absolutely. That is a really good question. I love Bob's Red Mill. I have confidence in his products. So Bob's Red Mill, you can try any one of those things and you can count on it. I brought this too because you can throw these in the blender with hot water and you've got oat milk. You can use a strainer if you don't want anything thick. You can make just about anything at home that they put out there in the store. This potato looks very hot. Hot potato. It's very steamy hot. Whew. There's a few big ones and it's on the edge, so I'm going to put them in for a few more minutes. So that was 10, so I probably could have taken 12 minutes. We're just going to add a few more. Hot potato. Hot, 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 hot. Okay, so I'm going to set some of these things aside and get to smoothie business. And then we have a dessert today that I'm just super, super excited. I'm stoked about. I love this dessert. It's in this little ad video promo that Ruben sent out. Did any of you happen to see the video? Anyone? Yay, I've got a few. Okay, hi. Okay, that's because I sent it to that one. I love you for raising your hand. Anyone see the video with me in my party dress? But at the end, there's a dessert. No, just a couple of people. Well, we're going to have it tonight. You'll see it tonight. You don't have to worry about the video. We make a pâté. I'll get to that in a minute, but I'm going to make it in front of you. And it's already prepared, been put in the freezer, and then it's all ready to eat now. So it's a little bit longer prep. You want to make it a day in advance and freeze it and then drizzle chocolate over it. But you make a pâté with cashews and dates, and you can put it all like in a bread loaf pan, and Then you're going to just sprinkle some berries, like blueberries or raspberries on top. And then a little coconut cream, one of my favorite products from Trader Joe's. And we're going to pour that into, I recommend adding arrowroot to thicken it. You don't have to. This one that you're having today does have arrowroot and it's been thickened. So over a saucepan over heat, I pour this in. And those of you that like to cook, you're catching on to it fast. It's also written down and it's in the book, so don't worry about it. Maple syrup, about 2 tablespoons of arrowroot. Whisk it in there and it'll start to thicken. And that way you can freeze it and it becomes kind of like an ice cream bar, but it's also a little melty, but it's not gooping out everywhere. And it's so simple, just that pate, the berries, the coconut cream poured on top, and then of course I melt chocolate chips and pour that on top. You can get really good chocolate chips that do not have any kind of ingredients that you don't want in them. Trader Joe's also has these. They're dark chocolate chips. You can get, just look at your ingredients, just check out in the back, and these do not have any kind of milk or anything in there. Date syrup is a really fun thing to use. It can be kind of pricey, so you can also just go straight to the date. And that's what we make this pate out of for the dessert today. I like to get them pitted. It's just and you can, wow, $7.99 at Grocery Outlet. That's awesome for this big bag, and they're all pitted. Beautiful, really neat stuff. So I'll get to more about these fun things. Let's see. All right, we're gonna make it a game. Let's see. Green smoothie, red smoothie, chocolate shake. What are we in the mood for first? Green. Ooh, I'm hearing green. Right on. I like you people. You're well trained. Ruben, good job. All right, so Ruben, would you like to plop potatoes in cups for me? Thank you. We can put that here, and then I'll get you some more cups. They're super hot. And this one is so big, I want to cut it in half. Yeah, but the rest of them are good. Oh yeah, it's fine.
By the way, a lot of people ask me about snacks. This is one of my favorite snacks. It's just air-fried little potatoes. It is so simple. It's so easy. You're hungry in the middle of the afternoon.
I need those. Yes.
And like Dr. McDougall said, when in doubt, have a potato.
Mm-hmm.
Any size will do.
Yes. Oh, yes, thank you. You know, times are changing. We're always evolving, right? And one thing that I had have a wonderful, amazing mom, and for a while, she got a little fluffy. And yeah, and I love it. I love my friends that can chuckle about it because it is just a part of life. We come and we have phases, right? And in my fluffy phases, I know what to do, right? I really do know what to do. But one thing you don't do is you don't put a scale in your bathroom and obsess about your number. You really, the reason you're starting to get fluffy is it's really stress related. And you notice when you go to the gym or you get your energy back on or you do the thing that you love. Maybe you like to bike, you like to fish, you like to mountain climb, you like to swim, you like to just sit and watch YouTube. Like if you're doing what makes you happy, you're gonna shine. And you're gonna naturally crave the foods that are good for you. So I don't count calories, I don't count my weight, I don't count, pardon my French, I don't count diddly squiddle. Okay, putain de merde. I don't count any of it. No, because I count how I feel. And if you listen to how you feel when you eat products and don't obsess over numbers or what things are, you'll know, I'm craving something more. I want that smoothie that has the nuts in it because I need more. Or I'm feeling I need something lighter and my body's telling me drink water. It's just really a lot about intuition. So I love that question. We're gonna make a green smoothie and we're gonna see how we feel. Quick story about this. There's so many stories I would love to tell you. This smoothie, I had to I had to pass a really hard exam, and 500-page thing I got to memorize, and it's a state exam, and I had to pass it, and I didn't think I would the first time. But as I'm studying every morning, I'm putting this into the blender, what you're about to see, and I began to make it my morning routine habit. So we've got frozen grapes. I was ready in advance. You can put in regular grapes, but it turns out better texture if they're already frozen. Frozen mangoes. So I'm going to do about a cup of frozen mangoes, about a cup of frozen grapes, baking, it's really important to measure, but if you're not baking, you can eyeball it. A couple of handfuls of spinach. It's written down again. You can take pictures of my notebook up on the table. It has everything I'm making here with the ingredients, so save yourself the trouble if you want. All right, and we're going to add water and ice. And let's see, we did parsley, but I like to add a little basil. It gives it a nice snap. There's some basil in there, and then a lot of water. It's about a cup and a half. I have extra here in case the blender starts to need more. Nice, good Ninja products. I love them. They're really worth their weight in gold, huh? Thank the Lord for the ninjas of the planet. Ugh. I need my... Huh. There's a woman who's listening beautifully to herself. If there's something that you have and your body kind of goes, then vary on the theme, go Tchaikovsky on it and make a new variation on that theme. So I love grapes, and I used red grapes, but I like the color and the vibrancy. Thank you so much. Thank you for everything. I like the color that comes from the green grapes being used, and the lightness. You can put blueberries, you can put anything in your smoothie. You can just kind of listen to yourself. This is just one that I made this every morning that I studied for this dang exam. And the day of the exam, I made it that morning as well. And I noticed every time I drank it, my brain just felt clear, and it was like firing fast. That's the kind of thing, like I love your question, because that's what I'm talking about. Like when wow, I just feel bright and light, then there's your thing, So my book is full of stuff that I did that for me because I like to be a rebel. I like to have had 5 children and still be dancing ballet, and not let anything stop me. I'm not going to stop dancing. That's the last thing I'll be caught doing. Before when they last saw her, she was dancing. All right, it's going to get noisy in here. It's a good time to think about questions you want to ask or pray, but I can't hear a word you're going to say in a minute. Woo! Oh. Don't feel it. make cherry soon. Whoop. I really like it icy and cold, so it's worth it. You don't have to add that much ice. It's a little bit more work to get the texture you like. And if you're stubborn like me, it eventually works out. Yeah. There we go. Just needed a little love. Let's see, what do we have here? The guys in the sound booth, of course. Let's give them like this. They get extra sauce. This is for the sound booth guys. You can leave those there. We'll use them eventually. Sure. Do you want to take the 2 spring rolls to the sound booth? Right there? Yeah. And then I forgot that we had napkins here all this time. It was just because that's the sauce for it to go with. Yeah. And then maybe a napkin. Yeah. Thank you, Ruben. Whew. Isn't that beautiful? And that was in the video, right, Shelby? Right on. I'm so glad to see my beautiful sister here. All of you, I'm so glad that you showed up for this food fun event. So I would love to open it up for personal sharing because I don't want to be the only one talking all the time. So anything anyone has learned about anything having to do with nutrition, health, cooking that you can ask or share. Oh, great. Ruben will show up with a microphone. Perfect.
Thank you, Cecelia, for the presentation and for the wonderful.
Oh, my pleasure.
I'm curious, since you use an air fryer for your potatoes, I usually boil my potatoes.
Okay.
Do you have any thoughts on the pros and cons of boiling versus air frying potatoes?
I've boiled potatoes too. I love there's nothing like boiled potatoes. And the only thing is, once we cut them and then they're in water, they will technically lose some of their nutritional value into that water, which is why possibly steaming could be an option to try. That way you don't lose it in the water. Or be creative and use that water in your broth for your ramen noodles. I don't know, or just miso, yeah. So great question, though. I love boiled potatoes, and just because, I also love chocolate chip cookies, and I love treating myself to my favorite things, but I love the question, trying to find a new way to make a favorite that's maybe a little bit more nutritionally thoughtful. Very, very good question. Anyone else? Oh, thank you. Yes. It was an orange. Yeah, I'm glad. I almost forgot that happened. Go ahead.
Question about the, orange. I like that. I said, orange or persimmon? What's going on? Not really the season for persimmons.
Oh, I love persimmons. Nothing like those Fuyu persimmons. What a great question, Victoria. Yes, I put a whole orange in. Sometimes if a cutie is just the right size. Sometimes though, if I want this to be a little more tart, I will peel it because it's stronger, but I'll put in a whole lemon or a whole lime. And I'll just leave a little bit of the peel. That orange, it's not as tart, and you can put the entire thing in, which, whoops, makes it easy. Whoops, a little messy on there. I just love that, and it's just amazing that, all the nutritional value inside that peel. So you probably could throw a persimmon in. It's a good idea.
What are your main sources of protein in your diet?
Good question. Again, being the rebel that I am that doesn't count calories, doesn't count my weight, and I don't count any of that, and I haven't been for decades, and to really, I feel set free from worrying about that because I feel so good. There is protein. We were given these messages right on the back of cereal boxes of what we were supposed to eat. And some of us began to follow like a rule book of laws instead of listening to really how we feel. Turn your antennas on, people. You know what you feel, right? Good question, though. When you're feeling that, like, I want something more, I want that, I need some protein. The shake that we're about to have, the chocolate milkshake, is one of my go-tos when I feel that protein craving. I work out, I get up around 5 every morning and try to work out early before the day gets started. I come home so hungry and I want to just, I'm like, I haven't eaten for 4 hours so I will make that smoothie. It's got cashews, and I'll show you in a minute. And the nuts, the cashews, I don't overdo it with nuts, but that really satisfies that hunger and craving that I have for that. As well as, there's so much full in what is in the earth, what's given to us. When people ask how I eat, I answer, I'm a sourcitarian. I like to eat as close to source as possible. How many people have, at any point in their life, done gardening? Please raise your hand. Lots of gardeners, yes. And currently, be honest now, how many have a garden right now?
Test.
Okay, a few. Good for
Test.
you, and
This is
especially this
just
time of
acting
year.
funny.
And some of you are plan to this year. That counts. Yes. Okay. Yes. Okay. Here goes the green smoothie. Ready when you are. I might need to make it again. I might need to make another one. Okay. Yeah, we've. I'm gonna just use. Yes. No, I don't know. I do rinse things in water. I will sprinkle baking soda. I've heard that that's really beneficial, for pH balance and kind of purifying stuff, so you don't have to worry about any kind of junk getting through. Buy organic. Don't wash mushrooms. Buy them organic. You rub them with a paper towel. They're really, God made dirt. Dirt don't hurt. It's the stuff that we kind of chemicals that we've added to Mama Earth that we don't want in our bodies, right? So her question was like, how do we wash things? Yeah, I use the tap water. I'm not afraid of it, but generally you want to be drinking a good solid water but yeah, just rinsing and buy organic and rinse, and I'd say we tend to worry in society way more than we need to. Here we are in God's beautiful house, and God reminds us, do not worry about what a day will bring forth. Just do today. Today has enough to take care of itself, right? And the birds, the sparrows, and the lilies of the field, they don't toil or spin, but look at them. They're more gorgeous than Solomon in all his robes of glory. So I think the point here is don't worry. Be happy. Oh, that's beautiful. Good reminder. Thank you. Great questions. I think a lot of the things that we've been taught growing up, we can start just kind of like proverbially going through our spiritual closets, mental closets, and just clean out and go, you know what? Do I really need that? Is that really benefiting me? So we're gonna make a cherry smoothie. It's made with cherries and beets and pomegranate, and it's just this gorgeous, it's like the best pink milkshake than I want. You don't have to eat junk food when good food tastes this good. Yeah. Thank you. Lifesaver servants everywhere.
You vegan all your life, or you eat meat sometimes, or
Great question. She asked me like how I've eaten most of my life, and I was very lucky to have been raised by hippie parents that didn't want their little only child between them to have any junk food. So I had no sugar until I was about 7 years old, no refined sugar. But I've made up for lost time. And I support healthy eating and all that, and I love it. But I am known for going and getting my favorite foods and nom, 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 nom. But if you take care of your temple, take care of your engine, if it's running solid and clean and you're honoring your body every day, you are honoring your body when you go to the movies and you're like, I'm having a Coke and I'm having popcorn, I got my candy bar, do it. Enjoy the beep, beep, beep out of it. But, balance. And you'll notice when you feel, maybe I want to be more creative, and then you can do that. But I guess what I'm saying is don't be so hard on yourself. Enjoy yourself. And so I guess I like to be all things to all people, know my audience. I can be among people, if I were to be among the cannibals, and I could sit among them and have love and communion and respect for whatever tribe I am with. It's hard when you can't relate to some things. I'll stick to my own and do what I want, but I'm not going to be judging any others. So I've grown up eating really healthy, and then our family called ourselves vegetarian for a while, then vegan. And I cooked for my first husband, who was super finicky and didn't like anything that was super healthy. So that's how I began to learn how to make expected food, lasagna, and all these comfort foods and tacos, but healthy. I know that, Victoria, you have a question. Go ahead and ask, and then I'm going to turn this on.
Hold on.
The other 80%, about 10% of the time you can eat anything.
About
I mean,
10.
that's where, yeah, really.
It's really true. She's right.
And 80% of the time, you better behave yourself.
Wisdom. And if
know.
you really know, it's true wisdom. Thank you, Victoria. If you really know yourself, I'd say you can be almost like when you're doing well and you're feeling good in life, you're like running 99 because you know what you like. But you give yourself that grace. I love that she said the 80-20. And that way, give yourself an off day too. If you're just mad as beep and you just can't even focus and you just need to go out into nature and chew down a Snickers bar and a Coca-Cola, go do it. But when you're really like taking care of yourself, that's what that means, is you've given yourself that freedom. Then it's not such a hankering to do that all the time. 80-20, I like it. I agree with her again. Diets can be fads. You can do whatever you want and try new ideas, but it's like fads, they come and go. I say stick with the classics. God knew what he was doing when he gave us this stuff. And in a second, how many of you recognize this, have this lumpy, scary thing in your vegetable drawer sometimes, and you go, why did I buy those? What am I going to do? They're looking pretty sorry. But there's not out of possibility still. These greens are great in a saute, a stir fry, in the smoothie. The greens are so good for you. And this beet, I want to show you something that I did with them because beet season happened and beets were everywhere. And it's really simple. I mean, some of you have done it, but it's so easy and delicious. We might just have some to go out there for anyone who wants. Pickle beets, you just pickle them, put them in vinegar and sugar, and they are in the fridge, and they're so good for you. Brain food, just as long as you tell all your kids they're not dying when they go to the bathroom. Woo! Talking back. So, don't raise your hand if you just sort of liked it. I want you to raise your hand if you had the green smoothie and you really liked it. I want to see a show of hands. Okay, okay, good. We're good on the 80%, Victoria. And I love honesty. You want more? Just like last time. Was it sweet enough? Sweet enough for you? Some of you don't know yet, that's right. Who has not had a green smoothie yet? Oh,
They're
okay, that's
next.
why those of you that raised
They're
your
next.
hands are in the back, okay?
They're next, yes. So everybody
Woo,
who
I
had
think we
one
might be at
already,
100.
everyone who had one already loved it.
I mean, I do.
The rest are next.
I normally put 1 cup of ice. It's like 1 cup of everything. One frozen mango, 1 cup of grapes, 2 handfuls of spinach, some herbs, 1 orange, 1 cup of ice, 1 cup of water. It's pretty easy. But we're making a big batch. Anyone here smoke a pipe? That smells so good. As someone smokes a pipe. Smells like my grandpa's pipe. Cherry. Woo!
Okay, we're ready for smoothie.
Ready? Here we go. And how many approximately? You think this many? Yeah, like one more time, who has not had this one? I'll make sure I make enough. Like 25, 20, 4, 8, 16. Oh, this is about right. I think this is about right. But there's more cups on the stage, I think.
Any reason why you didn't put beet greens in? I mean, those are a little tired, but fresh beet greens.
Sure. Yeah, it's a beautiful idea. Fresh beet greens, kale. I'm just doing the spinach. I don't like the way my lady with the way you feel with grapes on your teeth. I feel that way with spinach on my teeth. Ooh, these are nice and generous. I better be careful. I'm gonna have to make sure everybody gets some. Okay, I might have to just. Sorry, whoever got excited about getting that full cup, you're out of luck. Okay, we got the cherry smoothie coming too, and the chocolate, so there'll be plenty.
Okay, good.
Yay.
Get these out.
Thank you so much. You can taste it, yeah. And if for some reason, you're like not feeling the basil mood, you don't have to put the parsley and basil in. Sometimes I'll throw oregano in just because I know it's good for me, and you don't even really taste it from the garden. There's nothing like fresh herbs from the garden as far as health and what it does for you, how you feel. Do you guys notice how your brain and your body feels right now? Don't you feel good? Yeah, it's amazing what it does. Right away, like super fast. Oh, I hope we made it. If not, we'll give them extra chocolate shake later. Whoever didn't.
As you're combining foods,
Yes.
people know that. Do you find that there's a rule that you use to basically see what goes together and other things that you shouldn't combine?
That's a great question. I try not to should on myself, Ted. No, it's one of my favorite jokes. I'm just messing with you. It is a great question. He's asking, are there certain things you should or shouldn't combine? And I'd say, like, when you're in your kitchen experimenting, no holds barred. You are in your kitchen experimenting. Try weird things together. That's where some of the best recipes come from. And sometimes where you're like, I don't know, this might not turn out good. Well, nothing like a good test to the marriage. See if she still loves you after you made a really weird thing. I mean, I say experiment.
I like to combine foods, like if there's different things, I'll
Yes.
throw things together. Sometimes I'll get a weird
Yeah. Well,
I find I don't
shocked. It's just different. Different. Yeah, yes. Variety is the spice of life. I'm with you. And, we like our patterns and we do the things that we like again and again. But trying something new is fantastic. Welcome to my world, 2nd grade, alfalfa sprout, pita pocket sandwich. You kidding? I wanted to crawl under my desk every day at lunchtime. Let them look. Why not? Right. Well, I'm going to move on to the cherry smoothie. I'm out of the green ingredients. Did everybody get it? Okay, I hope. Almost? No? Oh. Okay. Start with those who didn't get the green. And so we're going to do cherry smoothie. We're going to make a couple of them again. I've got pomegranate juice. You can use water, or you can use tart cherry juice. This is from Trader Joe's. I like it. It's 100% pure, natural pomegranate juice. You got about a cup of that in there. You can always do water again, like I said. All right, this is fun. We're going to add beet powder. And I did not bring it, but sometimes I'll add collagen powder. Does anybody know about that? Really good for your hair and your skin and your nails. Raise your hand if you have a question, too. He'll bring the mic. Or go ahead. I did not bring collagen powder, but you can add that to any smoothie and have a little bit each day. It's really good for your skin and your hair and your nails. I'm going to add, brand of what? Oh, okay, so I went to the bulk section, and so I don't know the brand. It's just bulk section. Sprouts has it. Whole Foods has it. I'm going to do 1 tablespoon of beet powder. You can do that. Absolutely. It sure is easy in the morning. It's easy, and I don't always have straight beets on hand, but that's a good point. I could have put these right in there. I've got some pickled beets, and what I'll probably do is instead of going and serving around with this, since they're kind of like some people like beets, some don't, what I could probably do is have them over at this table with the cups. There's some spoons, and you can come just get a few and put them in the cup and try it out. Or you could make some and raise your hand if anyone wants to try the pickled beets. Let's focus on this. So you can use a nut milk. And again, I love to talk about Grocery Outlet because I've done some things using, thank you very much. Here, let's just make sure they protect their tablecloth too. Maybe put that on there. Perfect, thank you. I could use that, maybe. These are from Grocery Outlet, and normally the nut milks, you get them, there's so many different kinds, it's hard to know what to choose. But I like to look for really quality things, so I'm always checking the labels. And the label here, these are called Plant Strong, no gums, no oils, no phosphates. This is oat and walnut, this is oat and almond. Again, I prefer to make it my own, but if you can't, these are really great. They were only 99 cents at Grocery Outlet, and usually it's like anywhere from $1 to $5 for one of these. It's kind of be silly. And they're making a killing off of you if you're doing that, because you can really throw some nuts in a blender with hot water and you've got your stuff ready to go. Listen to this: filtered water, whole grain oats, whole ground dates, walnuts, calcium carbonate, salt, and vitamin B12 and D3. That's it. Same thing here, but with almond. Afterwards, feel free to come over and ask me questions about things at the table, like tapioca is a really cool thing. It's from cassava root. But I don't want to run out of time for our dessert. We got to get to dessert, so. Okay. What else do I put in my cherry smoothie? What makes it creamy? Oh, the cashews, of course. And just a nice handful of cashews. People get afraid of some things because they hear things from others, so just try. Play in your kitchen. Have fun. Worst thing you can do is make a mistake and find a new recipe. Here we go. more water. So we did a 1.5 cups of water. I'm just going to go in more and then add some more ice too because I want to make a bunch for you guys. Yay. Oops, that was about asking for it, wasn't it? I know. Woo! Just call me Grace. Oh, yes, please.
When was the last time you discovered by accident a new recipe that was so good you wanted to put it in your book?
Oh, I love that question, Ted. His question was, when was the last time I just kind of threw something together and tried something and it turned out so good that I'm like, oh, this is good, I'm going to put it in my book. Yesterday, yeah. I'm not going to say every day, but almost every time I get in the kitchen, I'll just kind of try variations on the theme of what I'm already doing. I know. And, like this, everything continues to evolve. So this spring roll was just going to be a traditional spring roll, and I'm like, ooh, I could make it with taco and pico de gallo and cilantro, and ooh, I could make a dessert version with apples, or I could make like a peanut butter and jelly spring roll. Why not? Oh, I never wrapped them in front of you. I was kind of doing that before you guys showed up. So did I? Oh yeah, I did. I showed you one. Okay, good. I just want to make sure you saw how to do it.
When you throw things together, do you envision the taste?
Oh, you can do more than
Or
that.
do you have to wait until after you made it?
Oh, I love these questions. How many of you do that? You kind of crave something and you're like, I want to try this new thing. I'm going to make it like this or that. And you're like, I want a almond joy flavor. I'm going to take coconut and chocolate and play around with it. That's exactly kind of like I'll get a craving for something and I'll do just that. And sometimes what it is I'll just look at what I have in the fridge and I'm like, it's like a game. What can I make with what I've got in the fridge? Any others that are kind of low? Yeah. Always surprised. Always surprised. There's plenty. There's more. Thank you.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna go with these.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, who didn't get those? I wanted to give them the bigger one. Give her the bigger one. Here, come get. Those of you that didn't get a green one, get an extra big cherry. Who else didn't get a green smoothie? Okay, Esther, you get an extra big cherry. Oh, that sounded kind of naughty. Anyone else want an extra big cherry on top of your sundae? Chocolate's coming next. And then we've got dessert. But isn't it hard to believe that this is, I know fruit, people used to be like, oh, how much sugar you're having with fruit. God made that fruit growing off that tree natural sugar for a reason. It's just taking all the sugar and extracting it and sticking it in something else that changes things, It's fresh source. Be sourcitarians. I got an extra large one for anyone who felt like they missed out earlier. Anyone who missed out, they get that big one. Yeah, it's yours. Sold to the highest bidder. Woo, smart. All right, so I made one for me today. I had a really busy day getting all this here, and so I made this morning after my workout, and then it became breakfast and lunch and dinner, and it's kept me going through the day. I don't normally do that every day, but this was a busy day, right? So, I have all these spices and this, I want to talk about this real quick. Seasonings, I forgot to mention. I want to talk about, this was in your spring roll. This is umami. This was in the taco. Cumin was in the taco roll, of course. That's so easy. You just saute garlic, onion, chop up your nuts, pour the water, and cumin, pour in the water like you would taco seasoning and let it absorb until the liquids. Those taco nut rolls, it's got that taco flavor and it's good for you. I love that. This umami, really nice in the traditional rolls. This Chinese 5 spices, super delicious. It's cardamom, cloves. Let me get my glasses on. Cardamom, clove, anise, ginger, and something else. Are they on my head? Where are they? Oh, in here. Fennel, star anise, cinnamon, clove, ginger, white pepper, licorice root. Really fun to use that as well. Let's see, we'll get to dessert in a second. I want to talk about that. We talked about black pepper and turmeric. If you don't have fresh turmeric, certainly use the powder, but bring it with black pepper. It increases its efficiency by 2,000%. And cayenne is a great way to season if you like spice. And instead of using black pepper, I recommend cayenne. It's really good for you, and you don't need much. And that's enough on that. A woman asked me why I got smoked paprika at grocery outlet and not Trader Joe's. I don't know. Wherever I find things on sale and I like it, I'll get it. Right? Red pepper, crushed red pepper is a great thing to add. You can use this. I didn't put any of this in any of the cooking that we have, but this is kind of like if you don't have time to chop vegetables and garlic and onion and all that, this has it's got the nutritional yeast too. It's really healthy, and it's got cayenne pepper, salt, garlic, shiitake mushroom, which is your umami, fennel, paprika, beet. Where's this from? Kawi Foods.
Cowie Foods, they were featured at the Sacramento Sacramento Bakes Fest and also the Sacramento Food Festival.
I'm not big on pre-made seasonings because I like making my own. But this, when you're in a pinch and you're in a hurry, it's nice to have in the kitchen when you just want to quickly throw something together. But that's not in anything I've made today. It's just, these are products like, I tend to not use the syrups. I'll just use straight dates. And we're going to go on to the chocolate smoothie before I run out of time. We've got dates, cacao, and a nice mushroom blend. You could use a nut milk, but I'm going to, again, go with some raw nuts, and we're going to just, where's the gal that can't have nuts? I'm so sorry. You don't have to, you can put peanuts. She can put peanuts in hers. Peanuts she can have. And then another thing here is these are all ready to go. So Ruben, if you have time, these desserts are all ready to go. All they need
These
to do
are the desserts?
yeah, they just need to be put
You
on
mean
platters.
these are
Desserts.
the desserts?
Yeah.
Who wants dessert?
Nobody's
Who wants
rushing up
dessert?
for beets. Isn't that funny? But they're ready for dessert.
But dessert, everybody wants.
Of course. Okay. So I got a friend here who, there she is. There's my friend. Okay, I'm gonna embarrass her. This is my fellow, give me a real chocolate shake. She's like, we were talking the other day, she's like, I don't like the shakes at In-N-Out. They're too sugary, syrupy, sweet. So I told her all about this one. She can't wait to try it. This satisfies me like, that craving, and it's so good. It's still not fresh from this morning, but it's still good. There's no dairy in it. It can sit there all day at your desk or whatever you're doing. Okay, so I'm going to just do a handful of dates. Yes. Good question. Well, now we're getting personal. Come, come see me after class.
Exactly.
My favorite topic. I couldn't even put a number on it. I dance as much as possible. And I need a tablespoon measurement. Okay, now I can think. Growing up, though, I was apparently dancing before I was walking. I was in a diaper, and I pulled myself up to the side of the sofa and danced to the cartoons and the commercials or whatever sound was in the room. Apparently, my parents tell me. I believe it. So I'm going to do 2 scoops of cacao because I love chocolate. And it's good for you. I have always been a chocolate lover as much as I love dancing. I think one of the next things Cecelia, the name comes from the saint of music, and I just love music. So music with a good beat, and I could dance till the cows come home. And beyond. Okay, and a whole scoop of this mushroom blend, also found at Grocery Outlet. So nutritional. Read on the back about what it does for you. Incredible. Mushroom blend. You're going to be leaving high as a kite tonight. So I'm going to do a little bit of cashew, just a little bit of cashew and a little bit of walnut, and we're going to go nutty on this one. But I call this one in the book I mush you, because there's so much mushroom in it. I mush you. Yes. It's true. She says she likes Grocery Outlet as well. Let's hope I don't die over this cord tonight. She likes Grocery Outlet as well, but sometimes you cannot find what you go back and look for. It's kind of like that with those things in Costco. I guess it's worth it. I'm going to add a splash of this. This is also in the pate. So good. Yay! Got a woman freaking out in the front about dessert. Made my night. Isn't it crazy good? So I'm going to really quick show you how to make that after I make this chocolate milkshake. This is a cool spice, pumpkin pie spice. All it is really is cardamom, cinnamon, lemon peel, nutmeg, and clove. You can do that, of course, on your own, but it's so easy for you, right? So I'll just do a few splashes of that just for fun in there. And then I'll just do a little Himalayan salt. And I'm going to go ahead and add some real bourbon vanilla paste. I love they had real vanilla pods. They were like $25 a piece like a couple years ago. And they've got them coming out at Trader Joe's quite often for much less. So let's get these out of the way. And again, ice and water. If you were not wanting to use, if you want to use a nut milk, and you don't have nuts on hand, then instead of water and nuts, you can use a nut milk. But more nutritional just to go straight to source, right? Because this preparation and sitting in the container, and they're charging you money for practically just water. It's so easy to make on your own. There are more. There's more down on that green bag under the table, but they need to be put into little muffin tins. How many people raise a hand who have not had dessert yet? Okay. Yeah, there should be enough.
Okay.
There is enough. That lady keeps showing up in every row. I'm so glad you love it. I can't wait to show you how easy that dessert is to make. It's really, really fun. And it's basically the same ingredients that kind of goes into your oatmeal in the morning, you know? It's so great. And the only thing is chocolate on top. You can even make it without the chocolate and it's still good. Ah, yes. I love that people are trying out the beat. Got some good braves. Let's see, I think I might have a more helpful serving spoon if you want. I'll get a different spoon for you. That might be easier too. I know the whole big ones I could even cut over there too. Let me get the big guys out of the way. We'll put you in here. Get some of these big ones out for you so you have room. And you can take a whole big one, but let me cut them up first. Yeah, I'll do that in just a moment. So there you see it looks just like a nice chocolate shake, good consistency. See it? Here we go. I tend to be generous, so I'm going to have to make it again, I'm sure. It's okay. It's got like that nice malt, like, you know, the old traditional baseball malt? It's got that kind of, whoops. Do you need a knife? Are they broken? They're breaking apart easy? I can cut them. Okay. Whoops. Would you like to? Thank you. Thank you. Whoop. I know, it's time to end. Is that what you're telling me? Would you like to help? Share? Oh, thank you. So I have a little game before you leave if you are interested in coming to a cooking class with me. First, turn your phone off. Thank you. Wow, you respond fast. No worries. Just sign up in my little notebook here that will be out on the table. I'll have a space for you to sign up. If you're interested in the cooking class, just put your number and you'll get a text directly from me. Ruben does these every 2 weeks here, and wealth of information. I've known this dear friend of mine for over a decade. We've salsa danced. I'm a professional dancer. I'm an actress in the area. I did live TV shows for health training. And I've all kinds of stuff, taught ballet at some of the local high schools and done productions and ran a dance studio. So I've done a lot of like really fun things in the area, and I'll speak about the facts about it, but I'm not here to tout me. I really love what I do, and I love working with him. It's been fantastic to see the health in people's lives that has changed as a result. I'm looking at many of you now, and I'm so proud of you. I hear great stories just about your progress and improvement. But I myself, on my own little thing, would like to do just a cooking show, not a show, a class for people who just want to make new things, and I'll be making something new on a regular basis. This is brand new and starting, so you'd be, thank you, pilot program sort of thing. So just put your name down and your number, and I'll text you in the near future, okay? And out of all the names, I'm going to pick one of them, and one of them gets a prize to take home tonight. So stick around if you put your name in here for the cooking class. Come do it right away. And in about after I show the dessert demonstration, I'm going to pick one name, put my finger on it, not look, pick one name, and you get to take home this. It works for both boys and girls, but it is a self-care kit with fun goodies inside. So someone will get this tonight. Okay. Let's talk dessert I'll sort of get this ready to go for a second one because I think I'm going to need another one. How many would like a chocolate milkshake still? Okay, right. So, yep, perfect. And I love you, honest liars. You're so beautiful. Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies. Yeah, this one needs to be cut up. Okay, so I don't really have the time to go through the details of it, but I'll definitely do it in the class. But I'm going to show you this handful of cashews, or nut of your choice, but I like pecans or cashews, they're softer for the pate. Handful of, in a chopper processor, right? And a handful of dates. Pop it in there. I could do it right now. It's so easy, and it's so cool how fast it works. It turns into a pate, which is what's at the bottom of, but we're already after 8, so I really want to because I love this that much, but I'm going to have self-control. It'll be at the class for sure. That's the bottom layer, and the next is just simple berries. And then the sauce that I made with coconut cream and sweetened with a little maple syrup and vanilla. Super easy. And then drizzle chocolate on top. So you make a pate and you stick it like, say, in a bread loaf at the bottom, press it down just like you would a crust, fresh berries on it, and then pour your coconut cream over it to cover and put it in the freezer. Then you take it out and you've got this block, so that you have your parchment paper ready to pull it out of the block and onto your cutting board. You can cut it, they recommend, like the original recipe I found was online, and it was like, you know when you're scrolling through TikTok or whatever, and like, I'm sorry, I can't give credit to who I saw it from, but I remember seeing it a couple months ago, and I was like, I am going to make that. I just wrote down the ingredients real quick on some paper, and here it is. So somebody out there came up with this, not me. I can't take the credit for this one. But I would like to make sure everybody got some. Yes. Oh, I heard chef. Hello? Question? No. Dessert? Who didn't get any? Everybody got dessert. All right, so we'll make one more of these. Perfect. And then we're good to go. Yes. Good question. Yeah, I'm sorry. I think you have finished that thought. Thank you so much. Pull it out with the parchment paper out of your loaf. It'll be like a loaf thing, right, like this, with your pate on the bottom. And then cut it into bars. This got kind of messy and crazy. Cut it into bars the size that you want, for however you want it. And then put it back into the freezer in those bars. That's kind of a sloppy example, but imagine they're in bars, right, like that. Then freeze it again. Then you pull it out, and then you've got these solid bars. Then you can take them out and put them separated on your dessert plate, drizzle the chocolate over, put it in the fridge. And then you do want it to sit out at room temperature after it's either in the freezer or ideally pull it out of the freezer, put it in the fridge if you're having company, let it sit in the fridge for a while, and then while they're eating dinner or whatever, pull it out at the beginning of dinner to sit at the counter. And then the chocolate, just like the chocolate-covered strawberries, they're better when it's not that hard crunch shell, but it's kind of gotten a chance to soften a bit. Thank you. You're welcome. All right, one more chocolate smoothie, and my stuff is kind of everywhere. Anyone want to help me and point out where in the world my mushroom powder went? Right in front of my nose. Thank you, of course. Not bad, right? Like, does that satisfy your chocolate milk craving and chocolate shake feeling, you know? You do not have to have a whole tub of ice cream at night like I did growing up. No, not a whole tub. But the way we could put ice cream away, a big bowl full of ice cream every night, there's other ways to satisfy that craving. I love all your questions. You're great communicators. That got tainted, so we're going to toss that. We're going to switcheroo. Yes, great question. Did my kids cook? I'm lucky to have been in the kitchen from a young age. I don't remember when I started chopping and helping mom, so I believe in that. Like, let the kids while they want to, because one day they won't want to. Don't care how young they are. So yes, my kids would help with everything. I homeschooled 7 years, so we taught we learned things together, and I taught them how to make meals at home. And they're all great cooks in their own right. They make their favorite things, and they're smart. They taught me to make smoothies better than, I think they're the originators of some of these deep, dark secret recipes, actually. One of them would get in the kitchen and be like, "Can I make a smoothie?" And I'd be like, "Of course." And he'd come out with the most delicious smoothie, and I'm like, "How did you make this?" So, I can't take all the credit. Jibber jabber, what do I need? Dates, a couple splashes of this. Nuts, there we are, finish these off. I kind of chopped that up. Yes, I do use sea salts as well. Himalayan has 85 minerals in it, so it's really, really beneficial. Your brain needs the things that we've been sometimes told, too much of this and that, too much sugar, too much. Wow, we really need salt and sugar and fat for our brain, but the source being as close to nature as possible is the goal. Yes? Yes? Celtic? Oh, yes. Oh, yes, there's salts, the Celtic salt, that's amazing. There's salts that come from other places that I don't know as much about, and do you have Celtic salt at home? Where you use it? And what do you know about Celtic salt? Yes. Mm. Mm. So beautiful. Where do you get it from? Okay. I think Cost Plus carries some things like that too, but the co-op for sure. Okay. Yeah, try new salts. Salts are amazing. All right, here we go. Thank you for that. Celtic salt, good idea. Still got some spring rolls. Come up after, help me finish this out.
Be sure to go up and sign Cecilia's book if you'd like to be in her cooking class. And make sure that you filled out a yellow card with your name, phone number, and email address. They can hear me. They can hear me. So be sure to fill out your yellow card with your name, email address, and a phone number so that you'll get a follow-up email and you'll be on the mailing list. And then be sure to sign Cecilia's book so that you can be in her cooking class. Very exciting.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you, Shelby. A little chocolate on there, couldn't hurt anybody. So yes, there's plenty of extra. And I got shake. I'm going to start pouring. You just feel free to come up and sign the book. Come up and grab something. Grab a cup. Don't be shy. Grab a spoon. Here we go. They are. They are all in that book. Yes. I am a native Californian. Yeah, born and raised in San Francisco Bay Area. I've only been here for about 8 months.
In San Francisco?
I danced with Contra Costa Ballet Company in San Francisco. And I did at San Francisco, the Opera House and Oakland.
Studios here. It's
You have students? Yeah?
yes, 2 studios.
Oh, you do? Right now?
Yes.
Well, put your name down. Let's be in touch. We can talk. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I love it. Yeah, let me.
Like I have
These are.
15 teachers, and I
What is your name?
my
Your
name
name?
is Marina Jeffries. My studios
So I can watch for it.
and Rose for the dance lab.
Put a little note by your name, dance studio. I'll text you soon, okay? Yeah.
Maybe make like master class together, or
We can.
students.
We got a love for dance. We need to talk.
It's actually my student.
Don't be shy. Reach in, scoop, scoop, scoop. There's plenty of spoons to try things. Grab a cup.
Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. Hi, thank you. Thank you.
Watching us online.
Oh, yes.
We want to thank you for those who are watching online,
forgot.
and we're gonna wrap it up at this point.
Oh, yeah.
If, any information for those who are watching us online?
Yes, anyone watching online wants to get in touch with me and have fun cooking, reach out to Ruben. I love you. Bye.
All right. We'll probably put that on there somewhere so that you can find
Thank
out.
you. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Thank